There are an infinite number of situations in the world where the temperature of something changes over time. For instance, say you got a skillet, a pan, on the stove. So you got a flame underneath here, right? And you got the surface of that pan, right? Let's say you're measuring the surface temperature right there. The temperature of that point changes as time changes. So if you had a stopwatch, you know, you'd have, as the seconds ticked by, tick, 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 the temperature right there would change, right? It might start off at 72 degrees Fahrenheit, room temperature, then maybe after 5 seconds, you know, it might be all the way up to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And then after 30 seconds, it might be up to, you know, 200 degrees Fahrenheit, right? So there's one example. Let's look at another example. We've got a refrigerator here, and we're thinking about the temperature on the inside, right? So imagine you could kind of peek inside. The temperature on the inside of that refrigerator. Maybe it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Then when you open the door, right, you're going to swing that door open to get something. The warm air out here, which might be at 72 degrees Fahrenheit, rushes in, making that 34 degree air maybe go up to 38 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you shut the door again and it stays at 38, but then over time, you know, over the next maybe 10 minutes or so, that ticks down maybe to 37, back to 36, 35, and maybe back down to what it wants to be, 34. So again, the clock is ticking and the temperature is changing. An example where temperature changes as time changes. And here's one last example. Let's say we're in a desert and we're looking at the temperature of the air. Let's pick a specific point. Right there, the air right there. In the morning, right? So the sun is just starting to come up over here on the side. And maybe the air there is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Now the sun begins to creep up, and maybe by 9 a.m., right? So now the time is changing. That might be up now to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. And then as the sun continues up and gets to a really high point, maybe at 2 p.m., that might be all the way up to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And then as the sun continues its descent down, maybe it's back to 60. And as the sun goes under and it's nighttime, the moon comes out, that might dip all the way down to 45 degrees Fahrenheit. So again, the temperature of this point in the air right there changes as time changes.